Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Advanced Wars Days Ruin Tiny Wars replay. So on the right side as the blue Cyrus, we got CyrusGuy. I think I've been seeing a lot of these guys been popping on up. So on the left side as the red Caulder, we got Jeanbat13. This map is a 3 base map, 2 airport, 1 or technically 2 seaport, but really the seaport's not really used whatsoever. Caulder is reworked from the CO cartridge counterpart. I really think there should be a minus next to the symbol, because it is definitely Lord you can just view it as a nerf rather than rework, honestly. I call it a rework because there's no minus there. We got standard boarding cost, only 2 radius, no expansion, no energy, and only provides plus 25% for all units, and plus 2 health recovery cost funds each turn. No power nor superpower. Cyrus is a custom CO for Tiny Wars. Standard boarding cost, 3 radius, 30, 60, 60. All units get additional about 15%. And for superpower, your CO unit gets unleveled and completely unleveled. Your CO may reboard any unweighted unit at no cost, so you can tech up your CO unit. And then you get a weak missile silo. You can designate any specific target of your choosing. So, we got a father-son battle here. And infantry bike, you do start a little bit extra property, so you can go for bikes immediately. Bike infantry. And both sides immediately trying to steal the opponent's property. They start out in the corner. There is an HQ in the middle of the map, which is in a perfect distance to park a battlecopter on top of it. Or a duster. Bike infantry. Infantry. Another pair of infantry. We do have another pair of bikes for Caulder and another infantry unit. Bike. There's also a pair of temporary airports instead of the map, as well as radar stations. Radar stations do provide 3 stars, but of course these only provide 2 stars. Radar stations do provide income. Generally, almost every captured property in Days Ruin provides income, barring the temporary airport and seaport. And compared to, say, previous Advanced Wars game, particularly Dual Strike and Advanced Wars by Web, where pretty much the fancy properties such as column towers do not provide income, and lab towers, lab maps, lab structures, lab properties. There we go. Caulder does load himself up to a bike there. Nice cheap option, since you don't have to worry about losing your CO unit all too much. You can be a bit more aggressive CO. Not have to worry about any superpower to charge up for. Tank, bike. Tank, bike, infantry. Probably, I just never looked around for it. Probably some sort of menu option. Tank, bike. Another bike. Let's take a bike up north. Of course, this bike will be up to 8 health next turn. Of course, got a tank nearby. Trying to flip the radar station now, which could be interrupted by this infantry unit there to get on top of the mountainside. Looks like Cyrus is making some good gains. Ends turn 73,000. Caulder starts with 60,000, so he has a pretty good advantage right now. Another tank to help stabilize the southern flank. Gets that infantry unit there. Hits the command bike. Infantry tank and another tank. Good strike down south. Hits the unit on the mountain side. Nothing really stopped the tank at this exact moment. The other tank's taking a bit of time. Cyrus going for a good number of tanks down up north as well. Caulder has 3 tanks as well. Battlecopter bike and bike. 90,000 versus 19,000 income. Tank, tank, tank. It's that bike there. Cyrus up to 33 and just gets +1 CO zone. And for all these mounted sides, it's going to be hard to break through this tank, so this tank could be double tapped. This one could be struck once. And if Caulder wants to push this bike forward to get a CO zone benefits, he's going to have to stop capturing there. Down south, got multiple tanks and battlecopters here. Caulder needs to counter the battlecopter. It does fully capture the property there. Not eyeing to push forward the CO zone just yet. Anti-air down south. Another anti-air up north of a tank. Is that one of those tanks there? Strikes that tank, but we'll get a bit of recovery. Gotta mention the attack and defense benefits. Couple hits there on those tanks down south. It's a central capturing bike. Tank, bike, battlecopter, and commit space skip. Is that one of those tanks? Does not interrupt the capture here. Caulder's gonna get a pretty good group of tanks here, and with the CO zone, can just simply easy steamroll forward. Here appears to be in range of that battlecopter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If this tank goes down, which is very easy, the battlecopter can easily go down as well. So the battlecopter, I think, was pushed too far forward. Right now, Caulder's losing quite a bit of ground down south. Infantry, battlecopter, and another tank. Good kills there. Cyrus has 55 energy. He's probably going to summon the weak silo somewhere up here. You can easily get a superpower next turn, current rate. Yep, that stuff's going to be grouped on up, receive a missile, and then Caulder's Aura will repair it up, but he's going to be eating a lot of repair costs. So that's not going to superpower just yet. Medium tank. You may pop the superpower. Let's just go and tech up into the medium tank. Plus, if he stalls out a turn, he can perhaps attack with the wounded units there rather than being covered from the aura benefits. And it does capture the southern temporary airport for this battlecopter. Won't really accomplish them all too much though. Good hits in the center. Moving tanks down south, bit of a front switch. Got anti-air bike tank. Here comes the superpower. He obstructs up north. Probably gonna CO the medium tank. No, CO's this battle copter right there. I see the metal, which at first I always thought it was an exclamation point when I was growing up. And then one day I realized, oh wait, no, that's a medal, not an exclamation point. I swear, an exclamation point would be just as fitting as a medal. Tank, tank, tank. Strikes that Cyrus battlecopter twice and now thrice. Strikes the battlecopter down south. Starts making good headway down south. Caulder right now is 20,000 income versus 26. He needs to get more units capturing the center properties. Go for tank, medium tank. Battlecopter anti-air. Oh, that seaport has never been captured yet. No, it's being captured up now. Tank anti-air. War tank down south. Does strike the medium tank multiple times up north. Hits that bike. Does not finish off with a 2 health or 4 health bike. Trying to get the more forward repairs going. And infantry as well. And commits another base skip. So they've got a handful of properties still despicably neutral, such as this city and this city here. The radar station here is well at it. I think Cyrus is starting to overextend a little bit in the center here. A couple of those tanks will be going down. There's a medium tank nearby, plus anti-air to take out the battlecopter. And this regular tank here will be repaired up to 7. Battlecopter infantry down south. Does easily pick off that unit there. Pulls back that unit there. So Spice has 7 health tank, then strike the 7 health tank. Bike, another medium tank down south, trying to just tech up to deal with all the tanks. Cyrus's battlecopter pushing up, does hit the anti-air. Of course, will be repaired, does merge the tanks there. Bomber, infantry, and battlecopter or bike. Hits the anti-air twice. Hits the command battlecopter there. Tank, bike, and anti-air. Medium tank does strike the medium tank there. Gets a good first strike, but of course will be not resupplied since it's outside the aura there. And this anti-air will be up to 3 health. Should be able to reach around and hit the command copter from behind. We do have a bomber here. It's going to pose problems, though we do have 2 anti-airs here. One max veterancy. Cyrus's battlecopter does go down there. 22 versus 26,000 income. He even shoots the medium tank a little bit there. Mania chug this plug this hole there. The anti-air could be struck by this tank there, so I don't think that's a great idea. I think the medium tank should have been on top of the temporary airport. Though it does find same defense stars. And just simply plug up the hole. The bomber still poses a bit of a threat down there. Seals the medium tank over here. Another tank. Hits the anti-air with the bomber. Yeah, the anti-air's at 4 health. Both of them be at 6 health, which them combined should be a take of that bomber entirely. We do have a duster in the field, which will be useful against the battle couplers, and also decent for strafing all the infantry. 126,000 versus 116. Caulder's just constant presence there. Decides not to send the 8 health tank into the 8 health tank. No CO zone to support him. Hits the bomber twice. Probably could have let the wounded anti or the unvetted anti get the strike there. Machine gun down that tank there. It may have trapped this gunboat, but now itself trapped. I suppose the gunboat was already trapped there, but just even more trapped. Gunboats cannot, in fact, go up mountains. Fun fact. And we've got a lander and gunboat before. This lander is down to 31 fuel, has plenty of fuel to hold the beach. Though this battlecopter and bomber does go for another bomb down here. ATR squad just find some cities that got repaired on up. They'll still be useful at hitting the infantry units. Duster could keep an eye in this area because there's plenty of infantry units, battlecopter, and bomber here. So yeah, the Duster is going to reign supreme. Send the Duster down here and start being a bit more aggressive with it. Maybe we could have found one of these targets in front of him. Not sure. Gunboat does strike the lander for a good amount of damage. Does not send the medium tank in the medium tank. Another medium tank. War tank has 2 ammo remaining. And 9 health remaining. It also has 36 fuel remaining. Gunboat can hit twice. Does go for a full. Fighter really wants that Duster down. And the anti-airs are getting repaired on up. The max veterancy anti-air is going to be healed up entirely next turn. Good strikes down south. Medium tank can strike the medium tank here, so may push the CO unit down south and engage it. Just slowly push his way forward, not being super aggressive. It also does strike the battlecopter. It has a little bit of time before the fighter arrives. The lander is about to drop a unit there, so this lander may want to get back onto that shore. It does get back on that shore. Tank, and bike. 129,000 versus 157, of course, the day-to-day, so they're pretty even at the moment. Medium tank does strike the medium tank, but it's inside the aura zone. Cyrus just got his CO power charge up, won't be deployed until next turn. Possibly could be interrupted, hard to say. This bike can fall back here, mech get a boost strike. Then maybe this 5 health, soon be 7 health tank will finish off, and this medium tank can strike the medium tank there. But I don't think Cyrus's medium tank there will go down next turn. Takes it out there. Cyrus is probably going to launch his missile down over here. That's definitely likely a good prime target. Wonder if there's any way this max veterancy anti-air can strike the fighter. Don't think the target there was great though. Hitting 3 off tank, yeah, no, he can hit that fighter. Oh, honestly, taking out one of these units there. Oops. Would have been good because it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and would be in range of the fighter. Putting a round in the fighter like that would allow his Duster just a bit more free reign in this region to help deal with the bomber. So I disagree with that. And not to mention, he's going to get hit by the superpower next turn. And he probably seals the bomber there, nukes the war tank. Health, anti-air still in the region. Beam tank is basically gone. Two pretty well veteran tanks in the region. And the fighter could be able to finish with the bomber with the anti-air. Just needs an opening. Takes a battlecopter, so it does not take out the bomber. The tank anti-air will strike the bomber quite nicely. Waits the Duster. This temporary airport still captured by blue. This is the medium tank down south. Without Cyrus's tank up there with a little bit passive bonuses, Caulder can start steamrolling up north. Start catching the properties area. Right now he's at 22,000 versus 26,000. Takes out the anti-airs. The bomber is at 5 health. It's pretty close to going down. The Duster maybe will finish off one shot. The fighter finds his way around. Wasn't paying attention to that. I always forget how far fighters can move. I rarely ever see them. Just need a 4 health anti-air to deal with the 5 health bomber. Cyrus instead of 141 versus 99. Hits the fighter for some damage. Cyrus has now +1 CO zone, playing targets in front of him to get past even another superpower this turn. Anti-tank. Cyrus has enough for a superpower. And even puts a fighter on top of the temporary airport, which may be range of the anti-air. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Easy range. Can also, if he can take out the 9 health infantry unit there, the anti-air can take out the bomber. This is the war tank. Slowly picks off that battlecopter. Does send a tank in range of the anti-tank though. It's a good round into the fighter. It will be covered up to 3 health. They actually ended. That fighter had 1% health left as well, so almost went down there. Also, a strategic strike up there seals the tank up north. There's good damage down south. T-copter. Like 2 cities who perhaps be captured this turn by Caulder. Anti-air tank. Interrupts a capture. Yep, 2 properties will be captured by Caulder this turn. $25,000 versus 25,000 income now, so the income's finally evened out. Ends his turn. 123 versus 102, so Cyrus has a pretty good advantage at the moment, still about 2 turns. tank battlecopter. Hits the gunboat down south for a bit of damage. Right now, looks like Cyrus needs to pull out Duster right here to engage the bomber. Does go for full fighter. And Cyrus's fighters still knocked out for a bit of time. Joins the medium tanks together. Bit of a mech train up north. And Caulder is capturing a pair of cities over here. Which neither being interrupted. Oh, one does get interrupted. War tank over there helps stabilize that region. Bomber picks off the gunboat. Takes out the tank there and will base lock it and will be base locked. There's nothing for it. Takes out the base locks the seaport as well. Caulder at this point in time, the only chance I think he has winning is going for an HQ rush. Because his southern flank is completely decimated now. And does go ahead and resign. That's angry saying, thank you for watching, and on to next replay.